hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
He vatored! He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Welcome to Chad and also Price, who just appeared right there at the very last second.
Puppet is never early or late. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Like, right before, like, the fact that it'd be so much easier to just, like, show up a little late or, like, a little, you, like, get right there at the last second. Like,
I think he waits.
You're, like, sprinting, I assume.
Either I'm sprinting because I'm coming from somewhere else, or I'm just in the middle of doing something. And then I'm like, oh no, like I have some kind of a reminder, and I'm like, okay, it's now.
The time is now.
Alarms. I have many an alarm set on this to remind me. Even though I'm very used to it, I generally remember. Sometimes you just be safe and make an alarm. Badger, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm all right. Probably not going to be going out on my walk because it looks great outside unless you look in the direction of LA, and then it looks like a nuke has gone off. And yeah, we finally got our air quality warnings. But I'd still rather be here than what Gooch is doing. Actual work. Sorry.
Oh, gross.
Sorry. I know.
What is Gooch doing?
He actually works for a living. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Beats up kids or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. No, would you believe that big softy is a trauma counselor? I've heard it both ways.
He looks like more like a counselor of trauma than a trauma counselor. Yeah.
I Gucci-neezed for him. Just talking about him, it made me Gucci-neeze. Yeah.
Well, considering how he reacts to every like new thing, every trailer, he's definitely got some strife inside. And we're here to counsel him, and we're here to save him. He is that princess, that damsel in distress, and us, we are those white knights.
Yeah.
Heavy emphasis on the white knights.
Throw your hair down,
and we are going to save him through super chats and gifties. I believe in us. Price, pleasure to have you here at the last second. How you doing today, buddy?
It's good for the audience. It's not the last second. I'm here. You know.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, the illusion of professionalism. Well, so good to have you here. As I actually put in Nerdrotic Hollywood Burning because I wanted to see if he had a Hollywood is Burning and that's a good thing title. I did not find any though. I did not.
You want to know something spooky? You want to know something really spooky?
Spook away.
About a week ago, I did a stream, one of my late streams with my friend Professor R2, and I chose a thumbnail of Hollywood Burning. I've never used this.
I have one of those as well. The Hollywood sign burning?
Right, but the thing is, in the past I've had one that there's like a nuke going over a Hollywood sign and things like that. The burning Hollywood sign, that is just a week ago. It's the first time I ever used it. And I just put it up there, and now I look at it and it's like a prophecy.
Price-Stradamus.
Well, it's your fault.
And that's why you should subscribe to the Price of Reason YouTube channel.
Hey, you watched a video of mine, and you finally found. Did you realize that I was imitating you in that sentence, or you didn't get it?
I guessed an answer somewhat around the correct answer, so I gave myself half a point. But there were quite a few things I was very happy about. What did you call them? Like colonizer lions?
Right, but because that's what they were. They were basically, they were white lions that everybody kept saying they were outsiders, that they were white outsiders that came to take everything from them. So I started calling them white colonizer lions because I feel like that's what they were symbolizing.
Correct. You'll be happy to know my boomer parents saw it. They hated it. So you would be proud.
I am relieved. You can send them my review and tell them you inspired me.
My dad didn't realize it was a musical, and it really shows the disconnect between us and the normie audience that goes to these movies.
What have you done with my brother? I want to talk to my brother. It was great. I saw that
And
one clip. I wanted more.
some of you in chat might be excited. Later, we will be talking about a musical I just watched. For profit, at least. For profit. But first, Badger sent me something. Let's go and yoink this one out.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Rogan's on screen. We're already ad revenue claimed. Yes.
So
go ahead,
I had
Badger.
mentioned, thankfully he doesn't claim them, because there's a lot. I had mentioned that I kept hearing this one, and it stuck with me, and thankfully other people heard it too. So this is chilling, but here we go.
I talked to a fireman once. This is one of the reasons it freaked me out. And he was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind and fire's going to start in the right place and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean. And there's not a fucking thing we can do about it. I go, really?
Fireproof hat on.
He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it. Because these fires are so big, dude. When they're talking about like thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with like 40-mile-an-hour winds. And the wind's just blowing embers through the air, and those embers are landing on roofs, and those houses are going up, and they're landing on bushes, and those bushes are going up, and everything's dry. And once it happens in a way where it's so spread out that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
You just have to evacuate, right?
No.
Now, you add in being defunded $16 million, and you add in environmental protection, stopping the flow of water from up north, and you add in, and what we just saw just happened.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't necessarily have to be deliberate like space labor is deliberate. It can be deliberate in many, many other ways. And it could have been a firework that started it, but now it seems like potentially some of it may be man-made-ish. Be that for reasons of destruction or because of idiocy.
And Tomac, I literally was just saying to Erwin before the stream that the
up.
Pacific Palisades is gone, and it looks like a kaiju went through it. It literally just looks like a kaiju fucking went through it. It's gone. Tomac for 10. At this point, I think the kaiju invasions as seen in Pacific Rim was better than this. I certainly would have been the aftermath of a kaiju invasion. Like, bro, just leveled.
What are they going to do? I mean, that's not something you can rebuild. It's like, what are they going to do with all of that? It's I've never seen anything like it. So much property that was expensive property. You have all these celebrities that lost their homes. That means that those are areas that are rich neighborhoods, rich houses.
And to be sure, there's also a lot of other people that weren't rich celebrities that had lived there generationally or local. They worked in the industry.
No, but all I'm saying is this is valuable land. This is valuable
100%.
property, valuable areas. It's not that I'm saying, I mean, sometimes maybe you have a place that it's kind of in a more rural location. Maybe you could say the places weren't very strong or they weren't very sturdy. They were kind of weak or poor areas. This isn't it. This is all really fancy property places.
Well,
and
that's
a lot of them had their insurance canceled.
Yeah, that's the BlackRock angle, like with BLM protests and whatnot. Some of the, or other natural disasters that are a little suspicious, it's in areas that they like to buy up afterwards. And then they get lots of government money to rebuild and stuff like that. And everyone gets really rich and they make lots of money off of it. So sometimes, yeah, it does seem to be a little purposeful in certain areas.
Diz, the Jizz 47, will this be the final straw to bring political change? I didn't get it, but there was a clip of Adam Carolla in his hotel room basically saying, once all these liberals who voted for this go to pull permits to rebuild their house that they won't get insurance money for, they're going to start changing real fucking quickly when they realize the democratic bureaucracy they're going to have to go through of permits on land that they don't want them to have access to anymore.
Hollywood Reporter out here blasting them just like we are blasting them. Everything I'm seeing on conservative Twitter is in here. They're quoting Trump and like Elon and not really like bad mouthing them all that much here.
Which is the first time ever that they didn't badmouth them.
Hollywood Reporter is even like turning on the California and LA government at this point. We talk about how people need to get punched in the face to wake up, like the Michael Rappaports and stuff like that. Sometimes literally these people got to get knockout gamed in the face for it to actually stick. And this, I think, is going to wake up a lot of people, not necessarily go in beast mode, but it's going to shake a lot of people out of the delusions. Sadly, they're going to move to a city near you and continue voting for this crap.
Yeah,
but that's why we got to
worst,
keep.
yeah.
That's why we got to keep up the information war and keep on informing them.
If Jesus came right now to California, he'd be dismissed as a fentanyl addict on San Francisco, a fucking long-haired weirdo spouting nonsense. That's what he'd be dismissed as.
You think all these celebrities are going to rebuild in LA? I feel like they're all going to show up in Texas and start annoying everybody there.
Or fingers crossed, London. Fingers crossed
London
they
would
go
be
there
good.
instead. Yes, yeah.
But you know what?
Wise
Deep down
problem
inside, they know they're annoying. Once the shit hits the fan, they're thinking. They look at Texas, they look at Miami, they go to all the places that probably they'd be the most annoying, and that's probably where they'd go.
All right, I want to play a quick game with Badger. All right, so is this Wildfire or did I pull up a Pacific Rim clip?
Wildfire.
Damn it, he got it. All right. Well, you win the one and only round of that. Congrats. 100% greatest player ever of that game.
By the way, the beginning of Demolition Man is literally a pan in on Hollywood on fire and the Hollywood sign on fire and then gang war. It's like, stop becoming true.
Well, and that's they actually because they replaced Gascon ABF Prime up here with the membership message and replaced it with someone who's slightly less crazy for the Attorney General in LA or whatever they're called, and was like, "We're gonna prosecute you if you loot," and they are already like 20 people getting prosecuted for going to the rich people's homes to loot them. So. We are getting the looting, the straight up, some escape from LA style stuff, but there is a little bit of sanity even coming to LA's elected officials. A little bit. All right.
I'll take a little bit. ABF Prime member for 1 month. You're talking about BSG the other night. It made me really want to watch it again. Did a 3-hour Discord watch party last night and they loved it. So you watched the mini series and then like the first couple episodes Trisha Helfer is just fucking beautiful lady.
So it's actually I think it's they must have released it as 2 episodes. It's 3 hours long. I assumed it was like 4 episodes, but I think it has it for 2 episodes down here. So I'm assuming
it's a half and half or either way.
Yes, but yeah, we will most certainly be talking about that later. I was hoping you would be here at ABS.
So say we all.
Man, normally when you say like the girl in the red dress, I think like Matrix. From now on, I'll be thinking Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Holy. Oh my God. All right. All right. So we talked about it a little with I brought Chris Pratt up on Badger Stream and how he's like, pray, Jesus protect everyone. I'm like, yes, this is all A-list celebrities. That's all you should be saying about current events is that sort of stuff. Just out there trying to do some good and doing like unifying and just the basic PR, love and thoughts and prayer stuff. That's all you should be doing. Jamie Lee Curtis donating $1 million to fire relief efforts. This is what I support the A-list or former A-listers doing. Now, if you're a B-lister who's kind of done with Hollywood, though, then feel free to get a little more political. And Zachary Levi be all over Fox News. And I fully support it. Badger, you got any thoughts on him?
Yeah. First, he did start with the Chris Pratt of we should all be directing our thoughts and prayers and healing in whatever the fight. I used to think that was sort of like something to say, but whatever. I understand what he means. But then he went straight into what I'm thinking too, is this is straight up criminal basically at this point.
Yeah, criminally negligent. Yes.
If your firefighters don't have water inside the hydrant, it's really a simple conclusion here. It's not one of those things that's like, oh, we need like some commission to try to find out what went wrong. There's no water in the fire hydrants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go,
That's like
why didn't you
End of
refill
story.
the 3 1 million gallon tanks you have? Or you don't have a fucking answer?
That point right there, there's certain things in these kind of events where people are getting punched in the face that really wake people up, and the hydrants not having water, that is going to be the big sticking point that gets people to wake the hell up.
It's hard to spin. It's hard to spin that one. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of spin, but really,
California.
There's footage of firefighters using purses to carry water.
Yes.
You've seen it?
Well, do you know what happened to the extra fire department equipment? Do you know where we sent it to?
Ukraine?
The LA Fire Department sent their extra gear to help them And now we're using purses to put out fires that don't have any fires around them and clearly look like they were probably started by a person.
So when I say if I had superpowers, I would take over. It's
I
shit like
supported
this.
it though. YouTube says we have to, or else it demonetizes us.
Right,
if we don't
that's
support
right.
That.
We are not. That's right. It's totally.
I love
We
it.
got to help our Ukrainian neighbors. What the fuck?
Bryce, you got any thoughts on celebrities speaking out on this sort of stuff and calling out
It is real.
The corrupt governments over there in California?
I mean, I could tell you something, but I probably shouldn't.
Oh, that's come on. I will say something, but I get in trouble. Come on. What are we doing?
Put it in private chat, and then I'll just tell everyone.
No,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it is. So yesterday, what happened was that I went to advanced screening, or early screening of some movie, which I'm kind of ashamed that I went to it, but it was an advanced screening, so I went to it. It was The Last Showgirl.
Ah,
with Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson, yes.
Yes. It's like a artsy movie with Pamela Anderson as a washed-up showgirl. So in this movie, Jamie Lee Curtis has a supporting role in this movie, and I went to the screening, and you know how after these type of screenings you have like a live stream Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Pamela Anderson, who I guess were not in LA, I don't know where they're doing this. They actually had to do the live stream, and I assume that they were contractually obligated, because as it was starting, Jamie Lee Curtis seemed really grumpy that she had to do it, because she's like, there's so many things going out in LA. It's not like this is our first priority, but art is art and we get through it. She was kind of excusing why she's actually there, but then she mumbled something, which I don't know. I mean, she mumbled something along the lines of, and this is me sitting in a movie theater watching a live stream. She's like, I'm looking at LA now at the footage and it looks like Gaza. I don't know why. I just thought to myself, that was like I have a feeling that if she thought about it, she probably wouldn't have said it. And I feel like that's what she was thinking at that moment. But that doesn't sound too good. If I'm like Gavin Newsom, that doesn't sound too
they're
good.
putting their own little like pet project into it. And also, that looks, or was it the Twisted Metal show? They had like post-apocalyptic San Francisco, and it actually looked a little bit better than normal San Francisco. That sort of a situation. Yeah, it doesn't look
well.
very
That was the
good.
Cyberpunk developers that were like, actually, we made ours look too clean compared to what it looks like now.
We try to reel it in.
Not that I could tell what her position on the whole Gaza thing was, but the fact that she was,
we can tell what her position on the Gaza.
But then, that's where her head goes, though. Is also
interestingly, that's where her head went, and the fact that she was like trying to somehow bundle the things together, I thought it was interesting. I suspect that if she actually thought about it and another minute and not on that live stream, that she was just off the hip, I don't think she would have said it. So I was just like, oh. But to me, it also means that whatever it is that her agenda is, they are pissed. She seems pissed.
Yes. Well, good. Let her be upset.
And then the whole switching, convincing all the idiot celebrities to give Joe Biden a bunch of money and then swapping them out for Kamala at the end. They're all super pissed off about all the money they get for that. And Kamala and George Clooney, they're all pissed off about. And then you have this where all their homes are burning and whatnot. So I'm saying, for them, it takes a lot of punches to the face to wake them up. But the not having water and fire hydrants, that is going to, even if they still go along with it, that's going to be that thing that eventually breaks them.
But
I'm a Christian now, and I think God did this. Look, it's told you. You are not listening to Daddy Trump. And this is what happened. Now it is time to repent. I don't know, but that you can see why people believe that fun stuff.
Power at Trump compels you. Sorry, go ahead, Bryce.
My takeaway is some of these celebrities, whether it's like a Jamie Lee Curtis or some of these other ones that lost their homes, I mean, really, are they going to really go out and defend Gavin Newsom? I think that somebody has to crack here and say, you know what? I've had enough of this.
That's what Carolla was talking about. Adam Carolla was talking about that. This is all these people, you voted for this. And by the way, let me say again that like, obviously there's a bunch of evil demons that should have been burned, but there's a bunch of innocent people that just had everything taken away from them. So there's one 91-year-old in Pasadena, like Chris is okay, by the way, one of the outer edges. And he was just like, I'll rebuild. 91. Fucking, I'll rebuild. So shout out to them, but man, it's bad. Space lasers.
All right. So real quick alike. So back to some Zachary Levi. I don't know if there's criminal intent. I have no idea why they are doing or not doing the things that they are doing. but they must be held responsible. Here's the thing, though. We do know why they're doing it. We're going to go and skip ahead a little bit to the end real quick. So we all love Hayden and his pet project. 1 second, please. Ooh, it's so much easier to find things when they're in alphabetical order.
What's today's secret word?
Well, my bridge is the SDGs, because he talks about how that gets into every cell of like the corporations or whatever. Well, we have something that gets into every cell, but from the top, and that's the SDGs. So we got the DEI, and then we got the ESG. But then above that, we have the SDGs. The ESG and all that kind of crap comes from this, as well as all the World Economic Forum types. Klaus Schwab, he came out of all of this UN sustainability crap, along with like Bilderberg Group. That's what the WEF is. It's basically this combined with Bilderberg. So this is the UN. They started off as Agenda 21. This is sort of stuff AJ talking about a long time ago, 1992. We used to call it Agenda 21. Eventually became like Agenda 2020. And then in 2015, we have the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development with 17 SDGs at its core. And that is everyone who's everyone part of the UN has signed on to that. So it's not like, oh, this is some weird vague thing that maybe they're trying to, this is like something that's part of the world. And that's where you get like the Paris Climate Accords and crap, which Trump is hopefully presumably going to take us back out of again. Mm-hmm. And this is where all of that crap comes from. It's the environmental stuff, all the, every aspect of woke, because that's, all the race crap, that's from this, all the like sexism crap, that's from this, all the weird sexuality trans stuff, that's this, all the environmental stuff, that's this. And then why is LA burning? Because of all the environmental shit. It's like, oh, they're just incompetent. No, they're going along with all of this shit. It's the ultimate problem. All right, that has been your SDG talk for the week. I'll give you another 7 days before I bring the SDGs back up again. I swear. All right, a couple more. Our boy, yeah, that's next up. But saying apparently LA water is undrinkable. Pasadena is contaminated, not useful. Air quality is the worst. I'm headed to Orange County after this. Badger just said he finally got like the health warning about the air.
Yeah. His evacuation area is essentially the Pasadena Convention Center, which is like 3 blocks away. So, but yeah, I too would be going to a hotel if I was anywhere near there to get away from the air quality. Is
his house okay though?
Yeah.
Okay.
The part of Pasadena that was burning was like coming in. He's more residential inland. So
but aren't the winds going to bring more of these and just to different locations?
Now we start seeing what their responses are. Yeah.
Have you considered learning to code, celebrities? Badger, put one in private chat for you if you could pull up a video. All right. So, of course, like Trump and Elon are, the conservatives are calling out all the craziness that's happening. So, of course, the media has to be like, oh, no, you're all just a bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists. There's totally water in the fire hydrants. You're all of our friends at the fire department said you're a bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists. Started at the 50-second mark for us. I'll go and add it to the stage. Yeah, this is pretty fun.
The 50-second mark, you say? 1 second.
Yeah, it's a good ways into it. All right, yeah, about right there is perfect.
We're paying the ultimate price for that.
Despite what you have heard from Caruso, no firefighters have told us that they are running out of water.
And let's go out to Gigi Graciette. She is live in Pacific Palisades. I know your
Wait
signal's
for
not
it.
the best, but Gigi, what can you tell us?
Wait for it.
Well, firefighters have told me they have no water on this block, and you may be able to make out the ember storm that we're in the middle of right now.
Yeah.
This has to be a total loss.
He literally says the words, immediately breaking news, you're fake news. That's why I go to Twitter for my news nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we did see firemen do daisy chains of like purses, anything would hold water to like little trash can or garbage fires, little spot fires. We're so fucked.
And it seems like the fire has spread to Assassin's Creed Shadows getting delayed again.
Pivot. This is bad form, by the way. Pivot.
Are they allowed to continue to delay it? Isn't this a problem for them?
Next April 23rd. Next.
I guess they
Yeah,
realized
Pedro?
Black History Month wasn't the best time to release this.
The blacks, they love the mangas and the animes now, though, Badger. Our
Speaking of the
marketing told
blacks,
us so.
What's
You
their
and the
end game?
Atreus Ass and Titties Club.
What do they get by continuously delaying it? I mean, it's delaying the inevitable. I think that once they release it, it's going to be a flop. Is this just quarterly earnings?
I guess they really think they could. Yeah, maybe, but I would suggest that they still think that they're fine tuning gameplay elements.
They're getting the lipstick on the pig a little prettier. You know,
Yeah,
kind of
it's just if they
little extra
manscape it just
rouge.
right.
Yeah.
Jay Fraser,
Yes.
360 for
Please,
5.
Badge.
Hail Nerd Wars and co-hosts, Angry Badger. I hope you and Mama Badger are safe from the California wildfire. Well, she's in Vegas, so she's very safe. January 20th just can't come fast enough. Correct. And also, shout out to GJJ, member for 3 months.
Shout out. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate your concern. Yes, we all have all been worried about Badger. I think he's going to be all right.
He'll be all right. Air quality is a little shite, but other than that, we'll be fine.
He's not going to be able to walk to Ross's now, and he's gonna save like $1,000.
Well, I'll suffer through. Maybe I'll.
All right, Price, you got any extra thoughts on Shadows before we move on? Getting delayed again.
Just what I said. They're delaying the inevitable, and I think that they're even creating more. It's like there's a pack of wolves all very hungry, waiting for this game to come out, because we all know it's going to be crappy, and there's going to be a lot of jokes and memes, and everybody's just waiting with like a fork and knife, like in those Looney Tunes cartoons. You know, when the wolf is like with a fork and knife, everybody's just waiting, and they're like, well, it's another month. And I don't think this is helping them. I think that this is just somehow making it worse.
It's going to be them spending more. They're going to try to lose less money by doing this, but it's not going to work. And then just them working on it for longer is going to cost them more money. So it's just going to end up cost more money.
As a reminder, that last delay cost them 20 million euros. Most popular reasonings for what they're doing is removing the rap music that they unanimously were told was cringe as fuck and doesn't belong just because he's a black guy. Taking out the cringe dialogue of modernity, i.e. down with the white patriarchy, shit that Yasuke probably wouldn't say. Yeah, things like that.
We was kangs and shit.
Lipstick on a pig. It is going to fail. And as Alexis Marcus Cotier himself said, the game director, these fucking games need to sell between 10 and 20 million units to even break even, let alone make profits. This ain't going to make 10 million. I'm not going to sell 10 million units.
Remember when they hired a bunch of people who didn't know what they're doing, so they had to get outside people to do it for them, and then the people who didn't know what they're doing said, this is like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life? Let's delay it another month.
Say it's the worst game they've ever played.
Yeah. All right, Badger, I put another one in private chat for you, but I'm going to do a little foreplay first. So first poster for David Ayer's Working Man. David Ayer from Suicide Squad and Beekeeper. A new action thriller starring Jason Statham coming out March. We don't have like anything coming out 2025. So my expectations are very low, but here's the thing. So I am the only person on the planet who enjoyed The Beekeeper.
Human traffickers, beware.
Yes, that's correct. And it's the government and like cartels are the ones doing it. So I sent you the
I got it.
Yeah, I sent you the trailer and I didn't watch it all yet, but guys, let me look forward to this a little bit. Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry, go ahead and play it.
All right, you ready? All right.
God damn it.
So listen, today's gonna be hard. Let's all go home with the same amount of fingers that we came with. Let's get it.
When my wife passed and I left the Royal Marines,
let's just remember the fear.
Oh wait, Michael Pena. That's modern John Leguizamo. I figured that out the other week.
I'm good, boss.
It's just Beekeeper again.
Love it. Was that some military shit?
Hey, you didn't see anything.
He has Jackie Chan.
All right. Let's go and pause it real quick because this is just started like every Jason Statham movie in existence. But I'm gonna say it. I'm a sucker for whatever. I like trash movies. I enjoyed Godzilla X Kong. I enjoyed Beekeeper. I'm mildly excited for this. And you just wait, right-wing porn coming up.
Jenny's missing.
She went out with her friends on
Jenny.
Friday.
The police don't have the resources to work these cases.
So
They take a
Taken.
report and forget about it.
Please, find our daughter.
It's like Taken meets Man on Fire.
Where's the girl? You a cop? You wish I was a cop.
It meets every Jason Statham movie ever.
Wish I was a cop.
Look at those bricks. You ain't a cop. You're a working man.
That's right. Let's play.
That's I'm saying, like, maybe he could
This isn't just some kid.
team up with a hot British chick as well.
Trafficking.
I'm fine with this.
Remember Gunny?
Your blind ward buddy that doesn't know he's blind.
Yeah.
And then, oh wait,
I
he's
want a blind
blind.
archer. I want a blind archer.
I think it's David Harbour.
I will be your.
What if that?
It is.
Yeah. Okay. What if?
Him likable
This is
finally?
the real beast here. M14, pulled direct from Saddam's palace.
I wish it were. I prefer it be Sydney Sweeney, but
Could have been Seth Rogen.
blind. Oh wait, pause it real quick. Oh my God, blind Sydney Sweeney, where she doesn't realize how hot she is or how not hot I am. Oh, I'm not hoping Sydney Sweeney goes blind, but I am saying it would highly increase my chances.
Kind of
All right,
like
sorry.
a reverse Mask.
Yes.
There was a movie like that. I don't know if you remember it. Not the Mask
Yeah.
with Jim Carrey. Mask is the one where he looks kind of. But he's blind. Wait, was somebody blind? No, he dated a woman who was blind that looked good. She was blonde and he looked bad. Badger, help me out here.
Are you talking about like Shallow Hal? or
I was
something?
gonna say I would accept Shallow Hal as well, as long as she looks hot to me. I don't care what she actually.
enough.
looks
She
like.
looked different depending on the lighting.
There's a special place, high rollers only. They can do anything as long as they pay.
Was that Diddy? I saw Diddy.
Gangs, the mob, corrupt government officials. They're all involved in human trafficking.
Feds, ABF. You hate the feds.
Uh-oh.
Payroll too.
Uh-oh.
Oh, strong black woman is up on the payroll.
Steal your way out of it.
Just Jason Statham things. Yeah. This is what I want.
I'm not stopping until I bring her home.
At least one
That's for
Uzi.
That woman. That woman was my wife. That's for slapping your wife.
Yeah, this right here. This is Beekeeper, like the whole Beekeeper movie.
What are you?
Bitch. I'm just a working man. Yeah.
Chat, let me be excited for one thing a little bit. I have an unlimited pass and there's nothing to see. I kind of want to see it.
We wanted to return to machismo and fucking men being men, standards and morality and shit. There you go.
I'm going to tell
like
you
a
something. During the
bald
past
brick.
several years, Jason Statham has created a monopoly. Because they don't make these type of movies anymore, he has become the guy that does these type of action movies. Even he's not 20 years old anymore, continues to make them. And not only do they succeed in America, they succeed all over the world. He is now a brand. You put his face in a movie in any country, it's probably going to make some money as long as it follows the same formula as all of his movies. And I don't mind that. I will go see this movie. I'm going to go see it. I would enjoy this more than The Lion King Mufasa. I'm going to like this better than Madam Web. Whatever
5+. It looks like a 5+ out of 10. That's all I need. Just 5+ out of 10.
My Nutella. Look at that thing at the end there.
Oh, well, I was going to get to it, or did I forget? No, I was going to get to it. Yeah, because I was waiting for you guys to all hate on it and not let me like it. But then Badger said it was okay for me to like it, and Price said he was going to go see it. Also written by Sly.
But Chuck Dixon.
I had not seen the Chuck Dixon
based on a book by. See, discussing
Based
film
on a
don't want to
novel.
mention. A lot of these places don't want to mention Chuck Dixon for whatever reasons, but yeah, this is all based on a story
comics,
by Chuck Dixon, which is another good sign.
Oh,
I'm all
wait, yeah,
for
you
it.
click
I
it.
am
You
happy
click
to
it.
go to the theater and watch this movie. I'm going to be there the day it comes out.
There you go. Shout out to Chuck Dixon.
Yeah, he is the definition of prolific. That dude, he is a freaking workhorse. Holy crap. All right, well, that's good news. All right, a couple people in chat were like, "Man," some people, I don't know if I saw anyone particularly angry, but
You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting. It's an action movie. He's going to come out exactly what we saw in this trailer. We know exactly what we're getting, and I am totally cool with that. Just give me some action. Sometimes that's what I need. I need to see a movie where a guy comes out, he gets annoyed, starts punching everybody and throwing things at them and kicking their ass, and that's relaxing. It kind of, when I saw Beekeeper, I was very relaxed that finally kind of an oasis of this kind of machismo and bravado. It relaxes me when I see that on screen.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one here. So watching all these 80s and 90s movies, I figured out, okay, there definitely is a formula. I started making the check boxes and everything for the formula. And normally we talk about things being formulaic as like a bad thing, but we've gotten so off the path and everything's so destroyed. My thought was we need to go back to the formula. And Jason Statham has a formula. So, and it's kind of like horror movies. It doesn't need to be the best thing. It just needs to be good enough Jason Statham, and it will probably make some money. Fingers crossed. I think Beekeeper did not make money, though.
I want to give a final comment. I think it did make money internationally. I think Beekeeper did make money. It's worth looking into. But what I'll say is, it's like Jason Statham for about 20, 30 years has been making the same movie over and over again. And there was a point in time where you're like, oh, he's doing another one of those. But somehow, at the end, everybody just... it grew on everybody. Now it's like, okay, he's doing another one. You know what you're getting. You're going to go see it.
Yeah. I will be seeing it. The Beekeeper budget.
Worldwide, it made 152 million.
I'm only seeing a $40 million budget. So it actually did make some money-ish, depending on what the marketing was. It made a little bit of money.
Also, later in streaming and whatever, those movies are probably profitable enough. They don't lose money making those movies, I think.
Yeah, well, that's smart that they made it for 40 mil. If they'd done 100 mil like a bunch of these idiots do, or 200 mil like these full-blown retards do, then it would have been an absolute disaster. But they kept the budget somewhat in check, which is what they're going to need to figure out how to do if they want to survive into the future.
Their main budget is that they're paying his salary. Aside from that, that's pretty much. Most of the time, the actors around him are. In this case, I saw David Harbour, so it was a little fancier. But a lot of times, actors that you've never seen before and will likely never see again.
Not exactly sure what David's pulling down right now, fresh off of his fucking Frankenstein and Red Guardian roles.
Maybe you're right.
Sorry, he's got Hopper from Stranger Things. I forget about that. We all love that.
Speaking of things we all forget about, Apple TV Plus, Badger. I brought this one up just for you. Severance, was that one you were enjoying? Or was it ABS?
I really like Severance. Everyone that I've seen has watched it has enjoyed it.
Well, I've been joking about how I would rather be Tubi TV than Disney Plus at the moment. Well, what Apple TV Plus is doing, because they don't, like, no one cares about them, but they have the money to just keep wasting. So what are they doing to try to get the people? Well, they're putting the first season of Severance, oh God, Hollywood Reporter, putting the first season of Severance out on Roku for free, and then give you a little preview of season 2. And it's going to be like popping up on like the main menu of Roku. And I use a Fire Stick. Either you use a Fire Stick or Roku stick usually. If you're doing that.
How big Roku still is, but that's better than nothing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather be Roku than Disney Plus. But yeah, so what do you like this? Is it a sign of things are too bad, or
anything getting this out for more word of mouth? It is really good performances, really interesting concept.
I think it's a good idea to get using the free services as a way to hook people in.
Say what you want about Apple TV or Apple Plus, whatever. You can't say the goddamn thing right. They at least put money into their series and they finish their series. Like C, that one, any other one would have gotten canceled, and it got 3 seasons, even though you could tell they could have gone for 5, but at least wrapped up their shit.
And so with season 1 having been out for a little bit, Severance isn't bringing in any new viewers. So you take that season 1 that's not really bringing you new revenue, put it out for free right before season 2 drops, so you can get some new subscribers from it. I think it's a pretty decent idea using these free streaming services to pimp your old stuff to get people excited and join your service for the new season. For fuck's sake, one more week.
Cancel Disney Plus.
Oh, it's beautiful.
One day.
Beautiful. I know, only one more episode, and then I can freaking cancel that crap. Oh, thank
I
God.
watched Skeleton Crew this week.
Oh, yes, we're getting there. We're close. Let's see. Skip. All right, tell us what you thought, Price.
I mean, I feel like for many episodes, nothing happened. Maybe episode 5, the last 5 minutes were somewhat interesting. All the rest was a bunch of boring filler snooze. This episode seemed to have some developments happening, but when you have so much filler before it, I feel like the payoff, it just isn't strong enough. So it had potential, but it's just at this point, I'm
Payoff is
exhausted.
literally rooms and rooms full of free money and unlimited infinite payoff. The definition of a payoff is so big. It's
It could have been an
all the
impactful scene.
treasure.
It could have been an impactful scene. I will say that Jude Law gave it his all acting wise. It's just that something about the build up to that moment just didn't. It doesn't have an emotional impact on me. I don't know how Badger feels.
It had I'm a human. You're a puppet.
Badger.
I'm a human. I have like a nervous system and shit. So I did get feelings. But if you weren't crocheted, I suggest to you that you would have actually felt something.
I don't know, man. I feel like this show has really disappointed me until now. And
that I believe.
That's so weird because this
It
is
had
the
some
first
kind of
episode. This is the first episode that IGN was disappointed with. And this is the first one that actually did it for you.
Fucking graph web. Jude Law maniacally laughing when the credits just kept falling, and maybe because I actually understood a concept of how much that really was like.
that was the part that I liked. I'm going to be honest with you. I did like it, and Jude Law is a good actor. B, that was a good scene.
Yes.
But again, isolated scenes of ideas that I like that I feel weren't built well enough for me to really appreciate story-wise. That's the issue that I have.
It probably should have been a movie, a tighter movie, because a lot of the things that happened, they do tail quite nicely, but because they're so spread out, it feels more disjointed than it would have been had it just.
A little too short for the episodic. If it kept going and they were going to different planets and stuff, it would make sense. But when they make it back so quickly, it's just like maybe a 6-episode miniseries would have worked a little bit better.
I think a 90-minute movie could have probably worked. I think whatever they're doing with these 6, 8 is whatever episodes we're watching, they're just stretching the whole thing really thin. And even then, it's not the type of Star Wars that I necessarily prefer or want to watch. But maybe there was some kind of potential here if they would have at least made it a tighter written movie.
Mm-hmm.
I am pretty dang happy
I'll take that
with the writing.
I'll take that. That's about as fucking fair as I think we're gonna get.
So I enjoyed a lot about the episode. Mostly Jod finally going full Jod. And really nice seeing him actually say, hey kids, I'm gonna murder your parents if you don't go along with what I say.
Them up. And
yes. Because like I believe Price with some of your complaints is how the show's like made for kids or it's too childish, but like this episode wasn't particularly childish.
Maybe that's why. Maybe I'll tell you what.
Would murder them and then murder their parents.
The two things that I liked were, one, the last 5 minutes of that episode 5 episode that he almost kills the girl, that he's like, you could tell he's really evil. And then in this one, it's evil. And you know why? I'll tell you what I think needed to happen. If this were a movie, let's say, then he starts off and you and the audience and everybody really believes he's a good guy. You don't think he's slippery. You don't have the owl saying, don't trust him, he's this thing, along the way, 70 people told them that he was a crook. Instead of that, they meet a guy that's seemingly their friend, but at the end, he's the big bad guy, and he knows how to use the Force. Maybe there's a story here. Maybe there's something here. But somehow, the way they've done this specific thing, it doesn't work for me. A lot of poor writing, a lot of filler, and just a lot of things that annoy me.
How do you want this season to end? Do you want Jod to kill everyone's parents? One of the kids kills Jod? The supervisor is Badger. Who the hell is Tack Renaud?
It's the pirate that found the original ship. So yeah, I think that is actually what's going to happen. The supervisor is Tack Renaud. Yeah,
because he finds the skeleton or whatever with like so I assume that was him, but it's going to be that was actually just like a different pirate or something. And the Tack's still alive? Okay.
Yeah, that's him. And that's why he never left, is he's just been.
I assumed the supervisor was a droid, but yeah. Oh, is he the one like secretly running? Yeah, okay.
They could go that route.
Jod's force powers are never explained.
They are explained though. He's very clearly a fucking former Padawan. You can tell he was a former Padawan. He gives Wim the first the line, "Your focus determines your reality." That's a Jedi praxium. And when he talks about attachments, that's a fucking part of the code. Like he very clearly
Wim has
is a
force
Jedi at one
powers.
point.
I said it. All
Now,
right, everyone.
supervisors, attack Renard.
Ooh.
Yay.
Mm.
Yeah, by the way, I do not think Jod would ever actually kill the kids or their parents. He is ultimately good at heart.
Beforehand, this though probably would have, but I think they, character arced enough on him that he's not going to kill them. Now, will he end up saving? Oh, do you think he'll end up having to save them? Like they're going to fall into a pit?
I think he's going to have to save them against his pirate compatriots. He's going to, yeah.
All right. Well, hey,
We'll
we're
see.
loving it. A lot of people in chat are loving it. Let's see where it was on Samba TV this week. Landman.
No one.
Carry On. Haven't even heard of this on Netflix. Squid Game
I saw
season
it. I saw
2.
Carry On. Carry On is one of the better movies they've put on that stupid platform in years. It's not a great movie, but it's dumb fun. It's good enough. It's above average from their usual
Those
slop
of us
that they put on
looking
there.
forward to Jason Statham's next movie might enjoy it. Is that what you're trying to say?
It's as if they saw Die Hard 2 and wanted to create like a Die Hard type movie in an airport from a different angle, and it wasn't. I didn't hate it. I watched it and I rather enjoyed it. I could pick it apart. There's a lot of issues with it, but there's a dumb fun atmosphere to it that I kind of enjoyed. And Landman is a good show.
Oh, yes. If you want an actual good show, that's what everyone's loving. Squid Game, I was a big fan of. Red 1 manages to make it into number 5.
No idea.
Red 1.
You know why? I'll tell you why.
Skeleton Crew's not even on here, and Red 1 is number 5.
I'm going to tell you why Red 1 is on it. Because during the holidays, even I went somewhere and somebody was like, hey, let's put this movie on, and they put it on. And I'll tell you what, I sat there with a few people watching it. It is not a good movie, and I don't think anybody that watched it thought it was good, but in the spirit of a holiday, that it's somehow in the background, you can look at it as kind of also like a dumb fun type of movie to watch with a group of people. I've seen worse movies than it. It's not great, but I also didn't look at it and think, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. I just thought this is a dumb fun holiday movie.
Yeah, I forget people don't have my bias. So if I look at that and I see fucking The Rock and Chris Evans, I'm gonna check out pretty quickly. But I to see J.K. Simmons and
I
the fucking
laughed
CGI polar bear
in the theater when I saw that trailer for the first time and both of them showed up. Oh.
First of all, J.K. Simmons is a good actor. I don't know. I really like J.K.
Oh,
Simmons.
I love J.K. Simmons.
Oh, but he gets kidnapped and then they're the main
Right. I mean,
characters,
I
right?
think that considering the limited capabilities of The Rock and of Chris Evans, this movie is actually in their wheelhouse. I didn't think that they were terrible considering the roles they were given. It's other movies that maybe expect them to be more serious that I don't take seriously.
J.K. Simmons, who I just saw last night in The Tomorrow War. Remember the Amazon Chris Pratt?
Oh, I remember that one, yeah.
And you know who Chris Pratt's daughter is? Fern from Skeleton Crew. She's much younger. I feel old, by the way. But yeah,
Wow.
just
We
like
are
that.
old.
And all this, it's like, oh my God, she's just a little kid.
Speaking of us being old,
Wasn't his daughter like a blonde lady that was
Yvonne
Yvonne
Strahovski played the older,
Strahovski.
played the older version, but the chick, when she was the younger, is played by Fern. Cute,
The
little
younger
precocious.
version, and my memory could be betraying me. I thought that the older daughter, blonde lady, was kind of cute.
Well, Yvonne is fucking hot as hell, so yeah. It's
Oh,
Miranda.
all right,
from
so
Mass
it's not
Effect.
just me. It's not just
No,
me.
no.
I remember thinking, wow, like this blonde lady is all right. That's what I remember from that movie.
She's a fucking smoke show. Battlestar Galactica, though, one of the best series ever.
oh man, I was expecting some like B movie TV sci-fi crap. This
Ooh,
is
by the
so
way,
good though.
What is
Homeboy
it?
that stays behind. He was not supposed to be shown again, but fan response was so overwhelming to him that they continue with his story.
The one who
What are
lets
you
the
talking-
dude
what-
with
what
old
are you
girl on
talking
his head
about?
on.
Gaius,
We're talking
take his seat. Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica, but the TV miniseries that came out in 2003, which is basically the prequel to the 2005 series.
I love you, Graph Web. It's really fucking not. It's really not. Everything
Is it-
of
is it a
higher
bit
quality in
dated?
this. It's campy. The writing is cliched and tropey. It's fine. It's great. Set the groundwork. But it's just god tier what has been done in this series. Sorry.
I am I'm a guy that saw most of Star Trek, all of Doctor Who, except for the more recent stuff, Star Wars, whatever you can think of. Battlestar Galactica is something that I've maybe watch one episode of it, of one of the older versions. I'm really not in tune to what happens in Battlestar
Bryce,
Galactica.
I've got good news for you. That's how I was, and then I watched this. It's really freaking good. I would recommend it. It's on Amazon Prime for free.
And it respectfully sort of puts in a bit of the earlier version of it, of themes and lore, and
maybe I'll check it out.
Nice.
Maybe it's time I check something like that out.
It's 3 hours, so they put out in 2 episodes. It seems like 1.5 hour long episodes. It is. I was shocked by how good it was. The performances are amazing.
Hot, but
the dialogue's good. CG still holds up, and they're like going through this clouds with all the ships and stuff like that. Even the CG say, I mean, it's 2003 CGI, but still holds up quite well.
So in 2003, the idea of gender swapping wasn't seen as DEI because DEI didn't exist yet. It was seen as like, this must be, and it was controversial to fans of the male version of Starbuck from the original series. But all it takes is 20 fucking minutes in, and you see why Starbuck is switched, and it's such a better dynamic.
So I kept being told how good Katie Sackhoff is, and she's, Miss Strong Woman and whatnot. And I heard about the swap, and I was like, all right, she better be good. She very early on punches a higher up in the face and gets put in the brig. She's like super strong woman. I do what I want, girl power.
By the way,
but it works. It works
Raph Webb,
very well.
It must fucking hurt you to know that the Starbuck actor said that her version of Starbuck is better and even stars in the show as a different character. That must really sting, huh?
Cute Asian girls.
I'm gonna earn that for fuck's sake. Cancel Bachelor Rhino. Yeah, it's really good, dude. It's really good.
She makes me root for the Cylons.
Price, a show that seamlessly mixes political intrigue like West Wing with like action, with spiritual, religion. It's really good.
I have to check it out at some point.
A lot of this lore stuff makes me want to keep watching because they got the whole religion's like the 12. Dalek, what is it?
The 12 gods of Cobalt. So everyone lived on one planet, and then there was an uprising, and the 13th tribe left, and then they all went and they followed the 12 planets after the gods they used to follow. It's fucking. Yeah.
There's a girl boss, Madam President, and I actually really like her character. Like if they did it now, she would be so insufferable. But I actually like her, and we have to talk about All right. Let's see. I always forget his name. Let's see. Edward James Olmos. God, can we have 2 names, buddy? Are you serial killer?
Adama and Apollo.
So holy crap! What a performance! He is like born to be a star captain. Wow. Honestly, Price, I say watch it just for him with the side of the red dress.
So say we all.
Cool. I'll have to check it out.
It gets better, dude. You haven't seen anything yet.
And then if you like it, the 4 seasons of the series that came after it are also on Prime Video as well.
There's a dynamic between Saltai and Adama of like best friends and also like captain and first officer that's like so perfect throughout the series. Fracking A.
Definitely. And like for cultural reasons, I'm glad I finally know what the hell people are talking about. It's just one of those things where it's like, I'll get around to it, never do. And I'm really glad I did.
All this has happened before, and all this will happen again.
Well, yeah, and then because the Cylons, they're all like AI or whatever, so if they're in like networked ships or whatever, they all get taken down. So it's all the old stuff. So you get like that aspect, like how Dune, they had,
it hits, dude. Jihad. It fucking hits so hard still. Even today, it's probably even more relevant with cyber attacks and interlinking. Yeah.
So, speaking of things that are hitting, a little bit of normality is coming back to gaming. Sad that it's the Chinese that are bringing it to us, but at this point, while we're working on the transition over, I will take it. Fantastic Four is coming out, and obviously, Sue Storm's the one we care most about, and she is looking lovely from the behind. Shout out to ABF for convincing me to watch Battlestar Galactica. Oh, Captain, my Captain. And I literally, we have so many ABF clips, I had to do my spring cleaning and organize all of the clips. So, Badger, have some fun actually having things in alphabetical order. Fire
because
when
everything's
ready.
at the top.
My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting. I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
Nice. Got Hoodie D, got Shrapnel, got Moses, Dragonwise getting all up in here.
Oh.
And why are there donuts everywhere?
Lana did that.
Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants.
Medi, Suns and Shadows, they still hitting. I think they might actually all go through this time. Let's go.
Mr. Hammond, I think we're back in business.
ABF, could not do this without you. One of the reasons I watched it was because for the Christmas stream I had Chat's Choice, and then we never did a Chat's Choice, and I turned it into ABF's Choice, and then I was like, I'm finally gonna watch Battlestar Galactica for ABF, and I'm so glad I did.
Still going.
Memo. 4 pounds of C4 may be a little excessive.
Ew, you hit
It's
Malty.
still going. Yes.
You hit Malty.
And Mr. Pink.
Oh my God.
We could not do this without you, ABF. Always appreciate you. And for those who did not notice, Tuesdays, 11 p.m. Eastern, me, ABF, and Hayden, we got a political show. It did pretty well. Our first one, so it's going to be doing pretty well. I would recommend stopping by if you like the politics side of things. If you're like me and people start talking politics and then you're like, oh no, we need to go back to Hollywood. And you're like, no. Tuesdays, 11 p.m. Eastern. All right, back. ABF, thank you for everything, buddy. Literally owe you my freedom. So she has a new skin out as well. Havoc, I think is her name. Ooh. And this is, or Malice, that's what it is. This is her from the comic. She's actually, because they're complaining she's too hot. All the SJWs are not happy. She actually has more clothes than she does in the original when she shows up. But we all know the real reason that they are not happy. And it's in this region right here. Because Sue Storm, like the normal model, she got that gap. And then the Malice model, it's
very happy with that, actually.
This is going to sound crazy. I think that skin is going to sell pretty well. Now, so you guys have heard me and Badger talk about this, but Price, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Cynthia Rivio. Me and Badger loved her in Wicked. What do you think about her playing Storm, Price?
I actually think I was one of the first people that tweeted her video, an actual video that she's explaining that she wants to become Storm. And the reason that I was concerned about it is that it seems like normally she probably wouldn't even know who Storm is. The fact that she knows who it is, it's either somebody told her that she wants this role, or maybe she's already spoken to some studio about this role. And maybe I really hope that it's not like a Feige looking at Wicked and saying, well, that did well. Why don't we hire her as Storm? That would be a really, really big mistake.
Acting wise, I think me and Badger would both say she could probably pull off the performance. Looks wise, like Storm, they get her all powerful, lightning's going around, she's got full makeup and costume on. Yeah, I could see her pulling that off at certain angles and with enough effects. But like her playing Aurora, just like normal Storm, like everyday Storm, put her in some normal like street clothes.
Friend of the channel, Bo DeMeo, says this is an absolute no-brainer. Now he's yet to respond to me. I did say, so for real, I also think she would nail the acting. But have you seen what she looks like lately? Like, she looks dangerously thin. How would you go about in a professional manner having her put on weight and muscle for the role? Well, we'll wait to see what he says. But yeah, I don't think... something tells me that one on the right, yeah, she might need to put on a couple pounds. Just saying.
My sense, Halle Berry doesn't exactly look like Storm in the slightest bit either. So, like, she would probably look about as much as like Storm as Halle Berry would, but would she look as attractive? I don't
do the mohawk for sure.
So, and basically this article is about how everyone responded exactly like our chat responded, but also said things like nobody wants age Storm and stuff like that from the quartering. Hey, I'm just quoting him, all right?
He wants engagement. I know it happens. Yeah, Angela Bassett in the day would have been a perfect Storm.
I want to show you because all these things they're from the 8th. So just to show that I'm not blowing smoke up everybody's ass.
Wait, hey, no one said you had to stop doing that, though.
I'm gonna send you my tweet from yesterday before all these people.
Send away.
Before all these people, and it has a video. Whereas all these people are whining, but not with a video. Mine was a video in January. Of course, I really like John F. Trent and all the people involved. I like those guys. So it's no disrespect to them. I'm just saying that in this instance, I was kind of on top of it before and shared a video. But
all due credit. All due credit.
Actually, well, then, Badger, will you pull it up then if it's a video?
Sure. I mean, we take your word for it, but here you go.
It has a video.
Well, it's Cynthia Revio. I assume talking about it, right?
Yes.
On the red carpet. All right, let's do this, and then we'll get a little pre-outro going.
Is there another dream role out there that you want to manifest right here, right now?
Oh no!
I know it sounds frivolous, but I think we haven't uncovered how grand she is,
bitch.
and all of
my
that, that inner turmoil that she has. So I think there's a world in which we could, I don't know, do something like that.
Is there another dream role?
Yeah, she's right. There's a lot of turmoil left. Poor Aurora. Yeah, let's mine those. Let's mine those caverns.
I just don't see her like leading a group although the ball bitch is from Wakanda. I think as like leader and like the gravitas having that presence enough. Like I could understand them as leaders. Do I want it? No, moratorium. But you know, I understand. I can see them as being strong women. I cannot see her being a strong leader. No, like her being a green person who's oppressed and who sings about how sad she is. Yes, as a like literal goddess of thunder, leader of the X-Men's, not so much.
I bet you she could give you the best fucking performance ever. What I doubt is her ability to put on about 30 or 40 pounds of fucking fat and muscle for that role, because she just looks dangerously unhealthy.
I mean, call me spoiled, but after Halle Berry, I kind of want somebody that looks a little more. What word am I looking for?
African. I love Halle Berry.
Actually... I don't know if that's the word I was looking
Open
for.
bar starting.
Oh, racism. All right. Shout out to Rossi. This meme's for him. Scroll down. Lore accurate.
Short King.
Anything you want to plug, buddy?
Tonight I'll probably be on a Hold My DualShock, the Dualies, and that's at 4:30 avocado time. And yeah, see you there. Oh, Magnum.
I just had an interview for a job in Iceland. Should I go full Northman and move to Reykjavik? LMAO? Wait, is that a real thing? Because I feel like Magnum's crazy ass would thrive pretty well in where all the white people, we're a little crazy as it is, but like the colder it gets for white people, the crazier we get. And I'm not sure Magnum needs the crazy on top of the crazy, but I do love the idea because you might be able to embrace your inner craziness and live your true self. So it's real. I like the idea.
Go for it, bro.
Price, anything you'd like to outro on the way out, buddy?
No. I mean, I guess people can subscribe to my channel, Price of Reason, on YouTube. That would be cool.
Yes, please. He literally can tell the future, and he actually posts the videos along with what's so controversial. All right.
Mystical, traveling through time, crocheted puppet.
And on our way out, Yaira #2 is available if you didn't already hear. Payday comes around, I will certainly be purchasing that.
Jada Pinkett Smith is Professor X. Let's go, Pinkett's. Make this happen. Let's do it right.
Thank you all for your support and all your wonderful ideas. Chat, could not do this without you. Love you guys.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends.
Come on!
Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
If we're not back by dawn, call the president.
Bye, everyone. I didn't get to play this clip. Oh, man, I can't believe she said it.
There's plenty of games out there for you to buy. If you don't like this, don't buy.